Hey, it's Barry.
Hey, it's Brian.
And welcome to the Collecti-Bros podcast. On this episode, we're talking about collecting goals.
Yes.
The core of our podcast.
Very important as a video game collecting podcast. Absolutely.
If you're new here, we're a video game collecting podcast where we focus on the collecting portion of video games just as much as the playing, because we also do play our games. They don't sit on a shelf and never get touched ever again.
Most of them.
So if you are interested in that and it sounds sweet, welcome in. We've had a couple more people drop in the Discord, which is sweet.
Oh, yeah.
So we've had some cool conversations. If you like what you listen to or want to get more, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Link is in the show notes for Discord if you're interested in that. Been a little quiet since I've been so busy with classes, but it's just what it is, unfortunately. You got anything, Brian?
No, man, I'm zenned out, sleepy, caffeine deprived.
All right.
Same shit, different day.
Right into our playing in portion. I'm so tired.
Bro, it's been...
Playing in pickups. We usually record episodes the day after our work week, so I think this past week was a little rough.
Yeah, dude, I got destroyed.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, me too. Playing in pickups, I'll start because mine's pretty non-existent. Since the last episode, I did pick up Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, if I'm remembering it right.
Sounds right.
Cue picture of it in case it's wrong. I ordered it as soon as I was able to forever ago, thinking that I would be available to play it literally I would have been playing it this morning.
Right.
But I unfortunately got thrown into a 8-week math course that started the week before it dropped. So
brutal.
Yeah, I opened it up and took a picture of it, put it in the Discord and said, "Oh," and then stuck it on my shelf. And I haven't even opened it yet. Usually those I open it and I'm like, woo, and I install them right away. No. So it's going to be a minute before I can get to that, unfortunately, because Monster Hunter Stories I love those games. I hope they make a physical PlayStation for the first two.
A dual pack would be so sick, man.
Yeah.
Please.
I would love it. And I think that's the only pickup. I don't even know if I have pre-orders anymore. I think that's it.
I think I've got one left for the year because I grabbed 2 of them already. March has been busy for... a lot of my most anticipated games of the year happen to fall within weeks of each other. Yeah. So literally my top 3 most anticipated games this year, back to back to back to back. So well, I've been busy, dude.
We'll get to you because I know you're going to be a little longer than me. So I'll finish mine out. It's fine. I just have been doing schoolwork. So between the last episode and this one, I think I knew I was going to start that course, so I kind of tried to crank a couple out. So I played Star Wars Force Unleashed, and I thought it was going to be like a 10-hour game, and I didn't realize it was even shorter.
How short was it?
I did it in 6...
Holy fuck.
Or something.
I didn't realize
something like that. I don't think there was trackable time.
Right.
So I think I guesstimated based on I don't remember. I put it in my how long to beat. Yeah. It was a blur. I started it and finished it on the same day and was like, oh... well, I guess I better pick another game. So I picked E6 Arc of Napishtim. Yes. So that was Ease's first voice acted in 3D game, and that's the game model that they're all kind of based on now. And that's not necessarily style, but that's the bones of how they operate now. Interesting. I haven't played the newest one, Nordic, so I don't know if they've deviated from that, but that's kind of the foundation of Ys as we know it now. Voice acting's fucking awful. And there is a PS2 and a PSP version. I have both. I've decided to not give away, don't get me wrong. Let go of my PSP version just because it's the same game, but the PlayStation 2 has more content. It was released by Konami, and they added a whole dungeon system in it where you can go into this dungeon and get to the end and then pick a reward, and there's 5 of them. And then I think there's something a little bit different with I think the Japanese is available on the North American one, but not European.
Interesting.
Can't remember exactly, but I know that there's more content. So I was like, well, so yeah. I don't need both, which will lead into our collecting goals today.
Yeah. We're vastly different people.
And then right after that, I was like, okay, like I finished that one, maybe like 16 hours. I don't remember. It's in my how long to beat.
That's one thing I do like about Ys, though. Like, you get a lot of content for not, hundreds of hours. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do the side bosses that I didn't really necessarily need to do, or like the extra ones. So there's still some like content in there that you could have dug into.
Nice.
So I was like, all right, my class starts like next week. Let me get something that I can just like pick up and play a little bit. So right. I picked up Godfall, because it looks cool. I don't really understand like why people were so upset with it, which I talked about a little bit in the Discord, but it's kind of like a melee based, mission based looter game where the story is you play this guy whose brother betrays you and tries to become a god, and so now your entire goal is to kill all of his captains who are like siphoning energy to like turn him into a god. So the more of his little captains you kill, like the less likely he'll turn into one, or it'll be easier to fight him, and then you got to go fight him. So imagine like, is that how Shadow of Mordor was? Where you were in area zones and then you had to fight like the
generals or whatever.
General, yeah. Kind of like that, where it's like you're in area zones and it's all based on like elements. So you do a couple missions in one area and then eventually you get to the boss of the area. And I haven't played the second area, but the first one, I got it unlocked. It was like, all right, now it's time to go fight blah, blah, blah. And you can just go straight into fighting them, or you can do the submissions where you go fight their mini captains. And if you defeat the mini captains, it makes the big general fight easier.
It is kind of like Shadow of Mordor. Interesting.
Yeah, but it's not like free roaming open world. It's kind of zone-ish.
Yeah.
And each mission has its own specific thing, and then there's an explorative one where you can go into the explorative mode and just run around and find stuff.
It's cool.
And then you go back to like a hub system, and when you're there, you can change your weapons, change your armor, like do all of your upgrades and stuff there, and then go out on another mission. So that's how it's structured. There's like a tower, like a deep tower. Get up to level 50, you get a skin kind of deal, nice. Whatever. I don't believe the multiplayer is online. I believe they shut that off.
Interesting. Yeah, it was a PS5 launch title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when it came out.
So
they ended up releasing it digital only on Xbox. I don't know if it was a year or two later. I have it. I haven't played it, but I always thought
I thought they had a physical of it.
I wish. On Xbox, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gotta love being an Xbox collector, which will also feed into our episode. But yeah, man, the art style and shit I thought were really cool. And like
it's
it was
cool, it's
really
flashy.
Pretty, dude. Like I remember how like smooth and fast it looked. It was like, okay, this is a good launch game to show off some shit,
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like anything special, and every armor suit has its own special abilities that activate, or passive abilities that you can combo with different armor and weapon abilities to kind of enhance them. So if you want to be more of a breach versus an element damage versus a whatever, like there's other armor sets that you can like try to kind of build on.
It's cool.
And then the weapons, there's a bunch of different kinds of weapons and you can equip two. So you can swap between them on your mission, and nice. It's like, okay, do I want something fast like a longsword? Do I want like a warhammer? Like which one do I want? And then depending on the armor set, like if you use a certain type of weapon more, you can unlock like the little flashy skins for it or whatever. Nice. So it's got replay value in a sense, but it's also like how people I do see complain about how repetitive it is.
Yeah.
I'm going through the story mode organically instead of doing the end game jump, which I did see a lot of people were complaining about being so stupid. So the game came out, and then PlayStation released a champion edition of it. I think to kind of promote people to get playing it.
Right.
They released a Champion Edition for free for PlayStation Plus, and what it was basically a level skip. It's a level skip all the way to level 50. They give you all the skills. They give you level 50. They give you some weapons, and then you're straight into endgame content. So people could like jump right into playing multiplayer.
Right.
And what it did is you go through the tutorial, and then it jumps you straight to the end. It's very clear on what this is. So people got this Champion Edition thinking it was the full game, and then got shitty that they're confused on why they're in a tutorial, and then all of a sudden they're in the in-game content, and they're locked out of the story. Stupid. Like, the story's not available in the Champion Edition. It's kind of like a bigger, like, demo. It's like a multiplayer demo, and if you want the story, you can buy the game and get through the story and play through level 1 through 50 that way. But the Champion Edition they gave available just so you could just jump straight into multiplayer and not have to buy the whole game.
How dare they give us options, bro? What the fuck?
I know, so people got pissed because they felt like they were scammed. They were like, PlayStation Plus members got scammed, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, all right. So that was a lot of complaints I saw about that one too, is people just didn't read what the fuck they were installing.
Yeah, God forbid you read what you're actually installing.
Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, the legitimate complaints of people saying it's just repetitive and boring, I can see that if you sit there and that's all you play.
Right.
Like, if that's all you play, you're not going to get a lot of variety. That's really it. It's a game where it's meant to be like, I'm going to do a couple missions and then I'm going to be done. Yeah. It's not a game you sit and play for 12 hours.
I think that's another problem, too, with these type of games. People want to sit there and just grind it out. And then when they do get there, it's like, well, now what? Well, sometimes you got to wait for these games that have added content to, like, add shit, you know?
And this isn't one where they added anything. Yeah. It really isn't. It didn't really survive enough like that. So I just think it was unwarranted with the amount of hate that it got for really no reason. It's a fine game. It's a fine mid-game. Mid-games are fine.
Right.
I don't know. Some people say mid-game shouldn't be allowed because, you know, like, put your fucking... Like, if you're going to spend millions of dollars in a game, it needs to be a banger. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
I grew up playing a ton of awesome AA games, bro. I'm talking to the wrong guy.
Like, every game doesn't have to be a fucking 10 out of 10. Right, and if it's not, it's garbage. We've had this talk all the time.
For sure,
yeah.
For sure. I'll stand by it, though.
Like, so, I mean, it's... I'm having an okay time, you know, like I just unlocked this cool little, I was like, ooh, this guy looks like a little ox. I'm gonna get him. Nice. And I run around looking like that guy. So I just kind of play a couple missions and then I'm like, all right, let me play one more. And then I'll go through it and I'm like, all right, I'm okay. Yeah. It's time to let it go. Maybe go watch anime or something. I don't know. Yeah. But that's what I've been playing. What about you, Brian?
March has been insane for me. A bunch of my anticipated games, so a lot of like my pickups are what I've been playing also, because I said last year and I've done a really good job of like sticking to it. Where if I buy a new game, I'm playing it. I'm not gonna let it sit there and just collect dust. Like I have plenty of shit for that. So first up, Resident Evil Requiem. Had some kind of bullshit trying to pick this up, so I pre-ordered the Steelbook from GameStop, right? Because I tried to get it from Best Buy, but it was sold out. So I was like, all right, there's a GameStop close to the house. I'll go grab it from there, reluctantly. And they're like, yeah, no problem, bro. Cool, sweet, whatever. Get there day of, and they're like, yeah, we have 4 Xbox copies. Like, they shorted us everything. We're out of PS5 copies. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, you have my Steelbook that I pre-ordered, right? And they're like, well, no, but we'll give you the credit. We'll give you the base one. So I was pissed. And especially if you look on eBay, they were going for like $200.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, fuck, they've got to restock these things, though. Like, I'm not...
You're not getting the Steelbook.
No, I don't think so. It's unfortunate because I have every deluxe version of Resident Evil.
You know, this happened with Metroid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how you guys couldn't anticipate the want for this and not print more.
Right, especially for like a big series. Oh my God. And it's like Leon's back in it, so like all the Leon fans and all the 4 fans are going to come out and buy this. It's not like it's, you know, when Resident Evil 7 came out, they were trying something different, so I don't think they anticipated it to be as big as a hit if it was. They've
been marketing the fuck out of this Resident Evil.
This is a big deal. Like, this is a big game.
Yeah. Whoever the production team was for like this physical versions of like, we're going to order X amount and like have those available.
Yeah. Yeah, GameStop said they didn't even get all their allocations because she said there's other locations and this is a busier part of the city. They were like, across the way, they got 3 copies on PS5. I'm like, you can't, people are going to be raging over there, dude. Like, that's nuts for just the base version. So this thing's like actually kind of, I haven't seen one at Walmart or Target or anywhere either. So like, I don't know if it's just this area, but like I did read an article on IGN. They were talking about how the physical copies like sold out online and then they updated it once Amazon got restocked. But I don't know, man. So that was kind of a bummer experience. I was really looking forward to getting that deluxe edition.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing that happened with Digimon, but also like Digimon's Digimon. Digimon's not Resident Evil.
Yeah, dude.
We know nobody was thinking how popular the Digimon release is going to be because like Digimon story has always been like kind of a culty, only us fucking Digimon people actually give a shit.
Right.
But then when it got popular because it was compared to the Pokemon, it blew up and there was no physical copies available because they didn't anticipate people actually wanting to play it. This is a whole other level.
I can cut them some slack.
Yeah, like this is a whole other level.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand.
It's a unfortunate lack of foresight.
Yep.
In this.
And unfortunately, I think it's just sign of the times. They have a digital deluxe version. They want you to buy that, you know?
Well, speaking on that, when I got Monster Hunter, if you go to Capcom's website, because you go to Capcom's website so you can see all the editions and like where to buy them, the website only offers the links to the digital on PlayStation and Xbox.
Interesting.
So for you to, or like for me, Amazon did not have physical copies listed, not even available. So I only saw it available on Best Buy, and Best Buy didn't advertise it as like a Best Buy exclusive or anything.
Right.
But when Best Buy had it listed, I sat there and stared at it and was like, am I sure this is a physical?
Yeah.
Or am I about to buy like a digital code where they like email me?
Which would suck.
And it did say like, you know, shipping delivery day of, and I'm like, email shipping delivery?
Right.
Like, you know, like which one is it? So that's the only place that I've found that's even available physical.
Crazy.
And their website didn't give a link to it at all.
It's wild.
So it is very pushy about digital. So there's a lot of games like that I've been being like, I'm going to keep my eye on this, because if you're not advertising like Rune Factory, Rune Factory, the new Guardians of whatever, that one, they released it on PlayStation 5. And I was like, okay, is there a physical copy? I couldn't find anything until I found something popped up that's only available on Amazon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were talking about the Amazon exclusives. And
so it's like, it's not advertised anywhere. I just had to like stumble across it.
It's wild.
So it's kind of the time where if you do want a physical, especially if it's not incredibly popular, you kind of have to like keep your finger on the pulse.
And shit, sometimes even if it is extremely popular. Like it's a sign of the times, man. It sucks because I have every digital deluxe version since Resident Evil 6, I think. It's like 360 days. I have all the deluxe versions. Now I don't.
I will say,
butthurt, bro.
Finger on the pulse, and if it's on Best Buy, I've never been wronged by Best Buy.
I always try to go to them
always
first.
got fulfilled. I've maybe had it a day or two late on the shipping, but not really. So push comes to shove and it's available on Best Buy. That's my go-to.
This episode sponsored by Best Buy. No, for real though. They've only wronged me once, and it wasn't really their fault. It was the manufacturer. So yeah, I tried. They were sold out, but I ended up getting.
And that's what I mean. Like, you got to be quick on it.
You gotta be like, as soon as they announce pre-order dates, go, bro. Because I was like, oh, I'll wait till tomorrow, whatever.
And it sucks because like pre-ordering used to be like, okay, like we're gonna try and anticipate like the need and how much people want it, and pre-orders have always been like a guarantee. You know, you're pre-ordering it, you're gonna get it.
Right.
And now it's like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get it. So it creates that idea of like, I don't know if I'm gonna miss out on a pre-order, which is insane.
Base copies of games too. It's not
pre-order
even like
FOMO is crazy.
It's wild. I'm surprised they haven't started doing. Remember, like GameStop used to really push, like, oh, pre-order and you'll get this. Like, it'll be a digital item, or it'll
pre-order
be like
FOMO of standard editions is crazy.
It's insane, man.
I can understand limited and collectors because it's always been like that, you know. But like the shortage of standard edition pre-orders is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, dude. No excuse.
It is, man. But like, luckily to report, the game's awesome. Like, happy about that. I actually took work off to play it. And Sherry and I's thing's always been like these newer Resident Evil games. She can't do scary games, so she's like, you play, I watch. And no, man, this one's scary as shit, dude. There's a couple times, and I'll keep this spoiler free for everybody too, because we have a spoiler thread in the Discord that's been fun. But there's a couple times I literally yelled out loud, and you know, Sherry's making fun of me and shit, and I'm like, I already know it's coming up for you soon, so don't worry. It's legitimately scary. This one, I don't know if people realize, like, so Resident Evil 7 is the first one that went first person, and a lot of people were like, what the fuck, this isn't Resident Evil, myself included, until I played it, and honestly, it's one of my favorite Resident Evil games, if not my favorite Resident Evil game. So the measuring stick was there for this one in that regard because it switches between first and third. And obviously Resident Evil 4 is super popular. This has like the best elements of Resident Evil 4 where it's action third person, and the best elements from Resident Evil 7 where it's like survival horror, first person, limited ammo. Like you're not going to be able to kill shit. Like you got to choose your bullets wisely. This shouldn't work, man. This thing should be a fucking Frankenstein of a video game. It's great. Like the balancing act's perfect where it's like, well, you're playing as Grace, and let's say I had to leave 3 zombies, but I know I'm going to switch to Leon, and I'll be able to take him out as Leon. It shouldn't work because you kind of know what you're doing already.
Does it remember?
Like a lot of the same areas you're in, yeah. So if you kill someone as Grace, you'll find the body if it hasn't
That's pretty cool.
reanimated or whatever, which, no spoilers, but yeah, there's a bunch of really cool shit like that. Not every time, though, and they will throw more enemies at you and shit when you are Leon, because once it's like, oh, you think you're tough? Like, you think you're just going to kill everything as Leon? Like, surprise, bitch. I think the balancing act's great. The narrative even, which it's always been kind of the knock on Resident Evil games, I guess. There's not a lot of character development and stuff. If I discuss any of this, it'll be too big of a spoiler, but if you're a fan of Resident Evil 2, like, this game is the cherry on top of the sundae, bro. Like, there's so many cool callbacks and, like, full circle moments, especially with Leon. It's awesome. And to have, like, actual character growth from Leon, like, you know, he starts out as Resident Evil 2 is like his first day on the job, and there's a zombie outbreak. He's a cop, you know, so he's like a young kid, and then 4 he's like this amazing badass that, you know, is a special agent that kills everything. It's a real full circle moment for him. There's a lot of character growth, and he's like talking about why he wants to do this and why it's important and certain events that happened in 2. It was really, really cool, like, watershed moment, man. I was like, I didn't expect to water up in a Resident Evil game. Like, this is awesome. But yeah, man, I can't recommend this game enough. It's going to be up there for my game of the year for sure. It's going to be really hard to top. I played it in like 3 or 4 settings, I think. Just like, Cherry, get down here. We're knocking this out. So it's great, man. I loved it.
I mean, what else is coming out this year?
Crimson Desert's the big one, and it comes out next week. I've got it pre-ordered, so.
Oh, I thought it comes out the 17th.
I think it comes out Friday, right? So if it's tomorrow, it'd be sick. I think
my watch updated and now it's freaking out. Now I can't see the calendar. What's today's date?
Today is the 16th.
I thought it comes out this week.
It does, yeah.
Oh,
Not Friday, I think, though, right?
well, you already have that pre-ordered, right?
I do.
Okay, you'll have to let me know because I'm not convinced yet.
For sure.
They haven't shown any footage for it.
Yeah, I love Black Desert, and even my first initial impressions of playing Black Desert, it's like, if they make this combat into like an action game, this is going to be the shit. So I've been a big supporter of them. I hope it's great on
Black
the console.
Desert has that MMO slight jank. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm just like, is that slight jank going to be in the first person game?
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
Yeah, we'll see.
And it's to be fair, I haven't looked since last week, and by the time this episode comes out, the game will be out.
Yeah.
But they, you know, it's out in a couple days, and we haven't seen gameplay footage
on console,
on actual like console engine.
Yeah.
So
because the PC specs are like insane, which I mean, they could be hooking this thing up to fucking Skynet and make it look great. You know, it's not impressive, but we'll see. I'm excited for it though. The game that came out between there was one that I was like cautiously optimistic that I ended up picking up, and it's digital only, unfortunately. Well, there is a collector's edition that doesn't come with the game, so fuck that. But Marathon.
Oh.
I've only put like maybe 6 hours into it. I have really mixed feelings. So
You mean the game that's going to get Bungie shut down?
It might, honestly. Like, it really might. So, just for full transparency, love the original games. They're very narrative driven, first person. Like, it's precursors to Halo, man. Like, there's so much of Halo's DNA in these games, and they're great. And like, yeah, they're aged, but they're worth a play. You can literally download them for free on Steam. Like, they're worth a play. The story is really interesting. The world's awesome. This one's an extraction shooter. So, like, I didn't think there was going to be any narrative, and there is. The problem is the way you have to get the story unfold. You have to complete missions for basically different factions. It's like 100 years in the future, and the Marathon colony is destroyed. So they're basically, these companies are like, we want our investments back. So go up there and grab any resources you can. but every faction's up to no good. Like, they're all evil. There's no good guys in this universe. There's even one that's like a death cult. So it's like, oh, if there's other people up there, like, I need you to kill them. Like, oh shit, okay. But a lot of the time you're just like collecting particular loot or items that don't really build your kit up. Like most extraction shooters, like you might get a new scope or a new gun. But the counter side of that is like, I've always felt like, and I'm not like the best Destiny player. The combat's really similar to Destiny, like left trigger, right trigger gameplay. But I feel like I always have a chance in this. Like if I have a starting like freebie, we feel bad for you dying, here's a submachine gun. I have a chance with some dude that's got whatever the fuck he's running. I've never once felt like I'm going to lose this firefight because of my gear. It's because I didn't land my shots or, I got jumped by 3 dudes, So the one-on-one combat for this game is great. I just don't know about the longevity of it. Like, it is an extraction shooter. Like, how long?
I don't know. I mean, like, if you feel like you can fight anybody with any gun, then what's the point of looting? Yeah, like, what's the point of going in for more gear and upgrading if there's no goal? Like, like Destiny, you had to go in there and grind for higher level tier stuff to do the higher level tier missions and more difficult modes because, like, if your gear wasn't up to spec and your team wasn't working right, like, you weren't going to beat them. So it's like, why, if a shitty little normal game, normal gun's going to get me, I still have a chance. Yep. Like, there's no DPS checks or anything like that. Right. Then what's the point of playing it over and over to get loot? So
that's how I felt initially, right? And then I literally just got to the part where it's like, it's a different zone, and the NPCs will fuck you up so bad. So I'm like, okay, this is where it wants you to start bringing in the higher spec gear. And then there's certain items you have to loot that'll like upgrade your like actual shell, because you're basically like a robot suit. Like, it's a computer controlled robot suit. So it gives you like more health. It gives you faster regen, stuff like that. So I think that's where it's going to come in. But
I mean, that's the same as Destiny.
Right. The thing is, they have to do something.
You just get a harder area.
Yeah. They have to do something.
So what are you talking about? It's not like Destiny. It's just like Destiny.
No, that's what I was saying. It's very similar to Destiny. The difference is you have to like extract with it, because if you die, you lose everything.
I got you.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean?
No, yeah. So like, that's the thing though. So if you're doing a mission and you complete your mission and you die, you still get progress. So you're still unlocking parts of the story, which is cool. Mm-hmm. But if you needed that gear and you die, you lose all your shit, which is part of the extraction shooter. But I'm like, it just needs depth. I could see this thing like running if they don't support this thing, it's going to be done in a month. Like, there's no end game right now. At launch, there's no end game. Today they just added another zone, and I don't know if it's like the end game zone or because they're being mysterious about it, And you have to be like level 25, and you have to have every faction unlocked. So I'm like, you got to grind a little bit to even get to that zone. I just don't know if the longevity is going to be there. The gunplay is fine. The combats are like really lethal. Like, it's a couple shots you're going down, a couple shots they're going down, which is cool.
So is there like events or like replay stuff? Like, once you get to the end of the zones, like there's is there like weeklies or like dailies or like
there's missions that the factions give you, and that's what you're working on basically.
And is there any difficulty spike in them?
I mean, the zones do get progressively the NPCs that are on the zone, because it's PvEVP, right? So there's like enemies guarding the zones, and then like as players you can decide, are we going to take these guys together, or am I going to kill you and take all your shit? And this isn't like if you've seen clips of Arc Raiders where people are like working together and shit. This ain't it, bro. Like, everybody's out for dude, yeah. Everybody's out for fucking blood, bro. Like, they added a proximity chat in the beta because people were like, can you at least give us the option to try to talk it out with other squads? So in the main game, they added proximity chat. Bro, it don't matter.
I don't like that.
Those motherfuckers singing Valkyrie rides and shit, just going for blood like the whole game.
You put a PvPvE game in expecting people to work together, you don't know people.
Especially like this audience, right?
These motherfuckers will they will kill you and be like, we don't have anything in your body, but I had fun.
Yep. Let me emote over your corpse. Like, literally is what it's going on here.
So is there no separation of modes?
No, this is it. And that's my biggest beef.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good.
I like how there is the story, and it's cool because it does connect to the original game. So like, I want to learn more, but it was like my time sink and investment of just like kind of playing nothing, and just, is that worth learning more about the story? You know what I mean? That they're going to probably just delete the base game in a year or two if it's still up, just like they did for Destiny 2. So I don't know, man. I have pretty mixed feelings about it. I think it plays fine. It's just, how long is this going to last? Which I kind of figured going in would be the big issue. But so I'm not like disappointed, because I didn't have very high expectations in the first place. I'm enjoying my time with it, but we'll see for how long. I don't see myself playing this more than, a couple hours unless they add something drastic. If they add raids or something, like, okay, cool, but they're not going to because it's an extraction shooter. Like, it's not going to be a team.
That's what I mean. It's not like you can't add raids to a PvPvE and expect anyone to get the raid done.
Right.
No one's going to get the raid done because you're all going to be killing each other in the raid. So unless you make that like PvE only.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm telling you, I've played over, I've got the achievement 35 matches. So played over 35 matches. I've not run into one friendly that has not been on my squad. Not one. And it hasn't been like, guys, let's talk this out. No, it's just been out for blood. Here we go. So I don't know. I've got really mixed feelings about it. Like, I hope it does well. I love Bungie as a studio, but I could easily see this being the nail in the coffin.
I don't understand why they took fucking Bungie and was like, let's make a multiplayer game.
And I feel like the extraction shooter thing is like such a fad right now. It's like they're just.
With who? Who else is doing extraction
like Arc
shooter?
Raiders is huge. Tarkov's huge, but it's like you're just chasing the trend instead of like.
You're chasing Tarkov players who aren't getting off Tarkov.
Yeah, they're gonna jump off their fucking PCs to go play a console extraction shooter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It is what it is. So hopefully Crimson Desert. It was only $40. That's the thing. So like I'm not like, oh, I lost all my money. Like whatever.
Well, I'm over here sweating like $10 in a game.
Yeah. But
I'm looking at my wish list like, you're not discounted enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to support Bungie, but they better support their game. I'll put it like that, or else it's going to be... Because it actually has less... Its all-time peak has less players than Highguard did.
Ooh.
We all know what happened to Highguard. Just saying.
Well, we'll move into our collecting goals. There was one game I did forget about that I started playing, and it's...
What's that?
The fucking tabletop simulator.
Oh, yeah, dude.
What is it called? Hold on. Like, what's the actual name of it? So you guys know me. I love shop simulators, and I was on Steam, and I saw Tabletop Game Shop Simulator, where you run a game shop that's for tabletop games with miniatures, and you could paint them, and I was like, oh, fucking. And it went on sale, and I said, all right. So... That one, my shop's name is Gnome Depot.
Beautiful.
So, if you like TGC Card Shop Simulator, it's kind of similar to that. It's less polished. Textures and graphics look better than that, but it's less polished mechanically. So, and it's still kind of quite bare bones for what's in it. But I'm opening blind boxes and putting miniatures together. I don't know what to tell you.
Nice.
Game collecting goals. I don't really know where to start with this conversation, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird too because like we talked about in the intro, this is like the cherry on top. I've already used that analogy twice. I gotta use a different one. This is like the most important thing of like, this is why we do this, right? So you think this would be like an easy one, but I'll start it here. So as far as like your goals we've been doing this podcast for how many years now? 3 or 4?
4, I think.
How much of your goals have it changed at all as far as like, this is what I'm after? Not necessarily like certain games, but as far as your overall goal. Has that altered at all in like 4 years' time? Because mine certainly has.
I mean, I think that's a big question to start with is like, what's your collecting goal? Mm-hmm. And like, I think anybody's goal changes over time. I think it's unrealistic to expect that your goal from 4 years ago is going to be the same as now.
Right.
With the caveat of like, depending on how big your collection is, it does slow down. Mm. It slows down drastically.
I'm warning that.
We're at the point where we're not new at this. We've been collecting for decades at this point. Mm-hmm. And it's starting to get difficult to get games. I'm kind of experiencing this slump where I don't even go to game stores anymore because every time I go to a game store, I walk out empty-handed. Mm-hmm. Every time. They have nothing that I want. They have a bunch of garbage. And it is, we've talked about it. I think it's the area that we're in.
For sure.
And I'm very, very particular about what I buy. So, I don't know. It's just, my goals haven't really changed. It's just like the timeline is so slow.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of like, I also don't enjoy going into game stores anymore to browse because like I want specific things.
Right.
I'm not walking into a store and coming out with something just to buy it. I think that is a very slippery slope for a lot of people. to make this hobby get out of control.
Yep.
I think Brian's a great example of that.
For sure. Yeah.
Because and I've been through that phase where you kind of like get that dopamine hit of like, I found something that I didn't have or like adjacent to what I wanted, and you grab it, and then like 2 years later you're looking at it on your shelf like, what the fuck did I buy this for?
You don't even get a dopamine hit anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't, man. You just can't. That's why we play Card Shop Simulator and fucking Tabletop Simulator games. Like, I don't have to commit to that.
Right.
There's another shop simulator game company I was looking for where they're coming out with a video game shop simulator.
Interesting.
So it's supposed to come out like I think next year, and I'm like, wish list.
Yeah, sure.
It's also the same one that I think that does like Ship It or something like that. So it's a shipping company simulator where you pack boxes, and I'm looking at it like, perfect.
Oh boy.
That's right up my alley. So I think collecting goals are especially with the way that the world is right now, incredibly different. I think they've changed rapidly.
For sure. If we did this episode even a couple years ago, this might be a totally different conversation, you know?
A couple months ago.
Honestly.
A couple weeks ago.
We're
because right now I'm sitting here telling you guys, so like my goal this year, if there's one game that you're like, I want to find this one game this year. My goal is this one game. Like last year I sat there and was like, Naruto Broken Button, like all fucking year. If there's one game where you're like, I'm finally trying to get this one, what is it?
I think...
Because mine's Gotcha Force.
Oh,
I've been sitting here talking about Gotcha Force forever. I want Gotcha Force.
Yeah, I think for me it'd be Spike Out.
Spike Out?
Xbox, because it's like my overall big goal is still complete original Xbox collection. Mm-hmm. And this is one of two like big boys I need left. I don't think I'm going to see Outrun Coast to Coast. So
well, and it's like, okay, that's the combination, and now I'm combined with like, okay, and in order to attain that, like I need to have the funds for that at any drop of a hat. If I find it and I want it, I need to be able to buy it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, now I'm accumulating funds. And here's why I say a couple weeks ago my answer might be different. We're planning on going to Southeast Game Exchange in North Carolina. If gas is $20 fucking, I'm not going.
Dude.
Right? And that's why like the state of the world right now makes things change week by week by week. It's week by week for the last year. Yeah. With tariffs.
And now it's amplified because
of war. And now it's even worse. So now I'm sitting here being like, okay, like I really want to go to this. It's in July. I already have the days off. Mm-hmm. But it's like, how expensive is stuff going to be at that time? Like, sure, I can save money to buy games, but like getting there,
I'll make it home.
You know, like gas is already expensive, like way more expensive than I want just getting to work. I can't imagine driving fucking 9 hours and how much gas that's going to be. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm sitting here. I think this is the first time I've mentioned it, so we haven't even talked about this yet. But it's been something on my mind where I'm like, am I even going to go? If gas is that expensive, I don't have that much expendable income to just pay for gas. I'll be spending more on gas than I will games if it's expensive like that, you know?
I don't even have any fun money by the time we get there.
No.
Eating ramen, brick of ramen for dinner.
Like shit. So that's why I think goals change so quickly right now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, to be honest, I'm not finding any of that here.
Yeah, there's been more and more instances, and I think we've talked about it before on the pod, but I live really close to the game store. Bro, I used to go in there literally every week because it's so close. Mm-hmm. Now, dude, I'll go 2 or 3 months, I'll be like,
right.
They ain't gonna have shit.
It's literally on the way to your house. I drive by it every time. Once a week, I come to Brian's house, and I don't even give a shit about stopping in there.
And you know what? Honestly, not even just that one location. I feel like that every game store around here. There's one that just like remodeled, reopened, expanded. I haven't even been in it yet. It's been how many months have they? Because I already know it's gonna be all the same shit from the last store. It's not like you magically got a bunch of retro shit in there.
Right.
It's gonna be the week of PS5 releases, Switch releases. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have 3 copies of Super Metroid, $200 more than they should be. Like I'm good. At that point, why not just go to eBay and filter by most expensive and buy it,
I will say I did go there, and they had nothing.
Surprise.
They had nothing. It was like they had a couple, like, games that I would consider to be collectible, and then that super overpriced Super Metroid that's, like, beat the fuck. But it was also, like, nothing that like scratched my itch.
Right.
I was like, okay.
And our collections are so big now, like you're saying, there's specific games we're going for. Because I used to be in the boat where it's like, oh, I need to pick up something and justify the drive of coming here. Like, I can't do that anymore. Space alone. And like, I'm the type of person that used to collect everything and I wanted everything, but like, it's not realistic, brother, at all. Like, I've remodeled my shelves, I've added shelves. Like, I've got to the point where even this year, I've let some shit go, which is unlike me, but I think it comes with time, man. You've been doing this long enough. Do I need a copy of Def Jam on Xbox and fucking PlayStation?
Yeah, and I think that's collecting goals, and it's not quite negative, but like, you know, one of mine this year is to slim it out a bit.
Yeah.
I've already probably gotten rid of 100 games.
It's a lot.
I know I got rid of a pretty big chunk. It was about 70 or so. And I've periodically pulled a couple other ones off. I play a game and I don't like it, I'm getting rid of that bitch. Yeah. And there's already been a couple that I pulled where I was like, I don't fucking want this. You know, like I just got the fucking hired gun. Like literally not even a couple episodes ago. Like I got that. I don't remember. Was that December?
I think so.
Yeah, back when we went to the Gundam base. Yep. I just got that game, and then I popped it in to play it. I was like, all right, I want to play this game. It was fucking terrible. And I said, straight to the sell pile you go.
Yep.
You know, at that point, like, I'm not going to collect games that I don't enjoy. And that's part of my, like, collecting motto or however you want to frame it. I'm not keeping a game that I don't like.
Yeah.
Even though it's Warhammer and it's in the Warhammer universe and I like the Warhammer universe, that game sucks. Yeah. So I'm getting rid of it.
Well, that's the thing. If like you're never going to play it again, what's the point?
Yeah, it has absolutely no value to me.
As much as of an extremist I used to be, being like, no, it must sit on the shelf and collect dust particles. Like my perspective's changed tremendously. Not to the point where I'm like downsizing horribly or anything, but like once you let one thing go, it's way easier to let something else go.
Honestly, yeah. You go through the shelf and there's some where I'm like, hey, I don't know about that one, or I don't know. And then like, it's like, why the fuck do I have Science Papa? Yeah. You know, I was like, I bought it because it was funny, but I have no intention of playing this game. Into the sell pile you go.
And then really,
and then after that you're like, and this one.
I don't need this.
And
either.
This one. I'm not going to play that one either.
Right. I'd say if you're on the fence about it, like, really look at your goals, focus down, determine whether it's contributing to like achieving your goal or if you just have it to have it. And if you just have it to have it, dude, get rid of one that you can stomach, you can find again. I'm the antithesis of that person that I wanted to keep everything, but I just don't have it in me anymore. Mm-hmm. It's even crossed over to other things I collect, like gotten rid of a bunch of comics. The Marvel Legends is like the biggest, my biggest collection. I have more Marvel Legends probably at the same amount as games I have. Look, these aren't fun to collect anymore. The price is too high.
They've been in boxes in your bathroom for 5 years now.
Yeah, it's like, do I even want to enjoy them now? No, I can't enjoy them. And I've still bought some here and there for like, you know, Spider-Man ones that I really care about. But like, I don't need all these. So like, once you get rid of one thing from my collection, it's easier to look at your other collections and be like, do I need this also? I really don't.
Yeah. And collecting, like you said, does branch out of just games. I know we're very game focused, but like we also have collections of other stuff. Mm-hmm. I've stopped collecting trading cards. I don't care anymore.
Gundam's all I do at this point. And then occasional sports
Digimon's
cards.
all that I did, and I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I hate to say it for me.
Like, you know, if I take a step back and I look at it and I'm like, there are things that I spent hundreds of dollars on to put inside of a binder, to put on a shelf, and then I've not looked at it. Why the fuck do I have it? I can't even, and that's where like, you know, the utility part of my brain really breaks a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Is like games I can sit here and it's like, if I have to sit here and justify like why I have something, like games I can pull off a shelf, I can interact with it. It's interactive, I can play with it, I can do things with it. But like trading cards, the fuck am I doing with a full set of Digimon, you know, booster set 1?
Right.
Flip through it and look at it and be like, ooh. Nobody I know gives a fuck about Digimon. It's just me. So it's like, okay, what am I doing with all of these?
Yeah.
All these fucking Final Fantasy cards I have set aside to sell all of them. Mm. All of them are gone. And I'm about to do it with the rest of my shit too. I was like, I don't care. I don't look at trading cards. Nobody plays trading card games with me. No one has any interest of playing trading card games with me. It's like, why do I have these?
Yeah.
Nobody has any interest of playing board games with me. Why do I have these?
It's tough, man.
It's on the chopping block.
Yeah. That's the thing. You get one thing, it makes it easier, and it kind of makes your perspectives Like, there's certain shit I'll never get rid of. Like, I'll never get rid of my Godzilla shit. I have, like, an emotional attachment to that from my childhood, right? All of, like, my childhood action figures on the shelf back here, like, I ain't getting rid of those. But, like, Marvel Legends that sit around in a box, like, I can't even enjoy them, bro. Like, why do I have them? And I think that's when you look at your goal and it's like, am I just grabbing these because of what they are? Do I actually get enjoyment out of collecting them?
Right. I know this whole section kind of sounds maybe cynical, maybe a little bit, but I think it's important to really like have some self-awareness.
Yeah.
And that's why I say like collecting can get incredibly sleepy for people. It can get highly addictive for people. We see it all the time in trading cards. You and Nate went so fucking aggressive when you guys got that dopamine Pokemon. And that was before Pokemon got like fucking nutty.
Right.
You know, that's when we were getting Pokemon 151 on the shelf and it was readily available everywhere for MSRP, not even like bloated MSRP.
Right.
So like it was a good time. It was a good experience. It was us looking for opening the card packs. You know, like we had a great time and experience doing that.
Right.
But now you're sitting on all these binders.
Yeah.
So like, what are we doing with them?
Everything minus the wizard stuff from when I was a kid. It's going. Come see us at our shows we're going to, y'all, because it's for sale.
We're kind of already weeding through some of this stuff, and it's like I can get rid of this to get the things that I really want.
Exactly.
And that's kind of where I'm at with my goal. Is I can get rid of a lot of these things that I really like. I haven't even thought about them. Like I said, when's the last time I pulled my Digimon cards off the shelf? I don't fucking know. So I can get rid of those to kind of put towards something that like I really want. That's kind of outside of my price range because it is expensive. And I can justify kind of buying that now where it's like, okay, I could feasibly justify to somebody who may ask me why the fuck did I buy Magic Knight Rare for that much money. Yeah. But I can also be like, well, I got rid of all of this shit that I didn't need to get something that I really value.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. Where it's like, what am I really valuing?
Yeah, the Pokemon cards are a really good example because it initially started as like, I want my childhood cards back. And it's like, why am I buying shit that released last month? Where if you literally wait a month for this shit, the price drops tremendously. It's just fucking FOMO bullshit. One of the things I enjoyed about collecting the Pokemon cards specifically was like, I want my childhood cards. If there's ones of art I like, I'll still pick up every now. I've bought a couple singles, but like, fuck. Yeah,
I only like I'll keep my Pokemon cards, but it's the only ones that like I want like.
I get enjoyment out of.
My Pokemon. I'm like Pikachu, Arcanine.
Right.
You know, like those couple ones.
Mine's easy. No one gives a fuck about Wilmer. But that's the thing. Like, do I, if the new set comes out and Wilmer's in it, am I going to buy a box to hope I get a Wilmer, or can I just go on eBay and buy the fucking Wilmer? I'll just buy the fucking Wilmer, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's more fun for me because I collect Wilmer. I don't collect the dopamine hit that you might get from pulling it,
Yeah,
it's no different than drug use, bro.
It's not the card rips anymore.
It's fucking drug use. Like,
not at this price.
That's what I'm saying. But even like games were the same way, where it was like, oh, I'm grabbing this because it looks interesting or whatever. But I've really focused on, am I going to actually play it? That and original Xbox, because like I get distracted easily. If I'm like, there's a Gundam game I don't have, cool, I want that, I'll pick it up. But I've been really good about this year, like just buying original Xbox stuff that I need. Like I've already picked up a couple like mid-tier, I guess, original Xbox games that I'm getting there, man. And that's my main goal. I'm trying to stay focused on it because I do have scatterbrain ADD. So it's more rewarding, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm not picking up as much things, but like the quality over quantity is definitely there. And that's way rewarding, especially when you do have a larger collection,
Yeah, and that's something that I've been on that for years. Yeah. I'm incredibly picky about what I buy. There'll be something that I will want, and if it's even like Valkyrie Profile. I've been looking for Valkyrie Profile for fucking ever. And you know how many of those I've seen that don't have a manual? I don't want it.
No.
I don't want it. I'll wait to get one that has everything I want. It's in the condition that I want. And then when I have it, I'm going to be satisfied with what I have. Right. I'm not going to sit there and be like, I wish I would have waited.
Yeah.
So.
Because regrets are the worst, right?
There's a lot of things where I'm just like, like when we went on that trip, I was like, how many Gotcha Forces did we see? And I asked to see it, and they opened it up, and it had no manual. And I said, nope.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's like my number one wanted game right now, and you bet your bippy I'm going to be passing on that.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have a manual.
I'm glad I've never been someone who's been like, oh, I'll buy this as a placeholder because it's...
I can't do placeholders.
Why buy it twice, man?
Yeah.
That's one I've never got. But yeah, you'll be much more rewarded and like you'll feel more content once you do find your perfect copy, And if you get a deal on it, even better. Like, adds to the story.
Yeah, I've been a little bit more interested in doing stuff that I can interact with.
Yeah.
So I've kind of stepped away from some other things to focus more on other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's my collecting goal, is really honing in on like the things that align with my identity, I suppose. So it's like, you know, I'm looking for those like heavy hitter PS1 games that like I want to flesh out completing the collection of the console. I don't need any more games for 360. I'm done. That's it. I don't even look in the 360 section anymore. I can just walk fucking by it and not even blink an eye and waste my time looking at shit because I'm done. I've got it all.
Right.
They're not printing any new 360 games.
Nope.
So, and I need to double check because I did this quite like a couple years ago, but I went through the libraries of every single console and I went through and I said, that looks interesting. That looks interesting. I think I want that one. That looks interesting. And I added them all to a wish list. Then I went through my wish list and like looked at the descriptions or read what they were about or like, you know, saw like gameplay footage or images to be like, is this a game that I would really want? Mm-hmm. And if it made the cut, it stayed on the wish list. And so now I have like a list of games. Like when I go to a store and I'm like, okay, 360, I don't even fucking look in the section because I'm done. PS3, I think I've got like 7 games or so that I'm looking for. So I whip out my wish list and I'm like, all right, here's the 7 games. I'm going to look specifically for these. If they don't have it, I'm moving the fuck on. Because I don't need to pick up anything else except those. Right. I've already fleshed through it all.
Yeah, there's certain consoles I for sure do that for. Like PS3 is like, do they have Africa? Nope. All right.
I stopped at PS4 because I think at the time, at the time I did this is years ago then, PS5 wasn't out. So I went through all the libraries for PS3 and 360 and older. All of them. And was like, all right, here's what I want. And I think I ended up with like 400 or something like that. And then now even going through those, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't fucking want that. The me 5 years ago wanted it. Now the me now don't.
Yeah, man. Shit definitely changes. And I think it's kind of a amalgamation of the time, like where I'm at with my collection, my personal space. Time's the biggest thing though, man. It comes for all of us. Like if I'm not going to play it, it's a much more harder pill for me to swallow to be like, let me sit up here and just...
Brian's going to look at it and say, would I play this? Or would I get it for achievements?
Right. Which, I mean, that's different, too. I'll buy it for achievements, like, straight up. I still have my sickness, man.
Could I play this? Or the visual novel achievement game?
Right. Let me get them both. But yeah, it changes things, especially when stock's not rotating. It's...
That's the worst.
It's harder, man. It's way more difficult to, like...
I'm an online shopper now, and I hate it.
I hate it too because I put it off for years, but I'm also at the point where it's like, where am I going to see an Outrun coast to coast? We're not going to just go to some podunk town. They're going to have it chilling in a flea market.
Yeah.
It ain't it ain't 1999 anymore. Like, it ain't going to happen, man.
No.
It's weird. It's depressing in a way because it's completely altered the way, not only like how I collect and what I want to collect, but the way I collect, you know? Because it used to be like, let me make a day of it, do a loop in the city, hit every store, buy one game.
We don't do that shit anymore. It's not
fun to do it anymore, man. And that's the reason why I collect, because I enjoy it and it's fun, dude. There's things, this is getting kind of cynical, but there's
the
things
city blows.
There's things about the hobby itself that's like not fun anymore. Like this podcast is one of the things that makes it really fun, you know? But sitting there and just like filtering through the same grimy, dirty ass fucking original Xbox games.
And it is interesting to think about where it's like, without this podcast, I wonder how invested in games I would be. Because like a lot of times when we're playing it, or it's like, I want to mark off like playing more games this year and like having the motivation to like record the footage, be able to put it in a video and like do that. Like, you know, we're not getting paid for it, but it's a fun thing to do with the hobby.
Right.
And then like looking through like, okay, what games do I have? Like which ones do I want to pick for is it worth it this year on our schedule? Like, you know, what price points are we looking at? Like, is this something that I want to play, or is this something that I think Brian should play? You know, like really thinking about the things that we're doing. I don't think I wouldn't have any reason to do that without a podcast. So I always wonder, like, without it, how collecting motivated would I be?
It'd be interesting for me because, like, I do collect a bunch of shit. I think video games are still my number one with or without the podcast. I feel like it's kind of always been like that too. But yeah, man, it does make you scratch your head and go, you know.
Where would I be if I didn't do it?
Yeah, it's definitely food for thought because I don't think I've ever there's only one game I can think of where it's like I wanted it already, but I was also like, hey, this would be awesome for the podcast. That's the Mad Dog with the light gun, which blew up in my face horribly. But I don't ever sit here and specifically be like, oh, let me buy this for the podcast. But I will say I do think about more what I'm playing specifically to be like, hey, this would be cool to talk about,
Yeah.
So it is interesting. I don't think that crosses over to any other bullshit I collect, So it does alter, but I don't think it. For me personally, I don't think I make a huge. I'd still buy games,
Yeah, but I think I also lose out on having that conversation about them. Right. I don't have really friends outside of you that
friends, bro.
that play games. I don't talk to people about video games. Nobody. I don't tell anybody at work about my personal life. They don't know fucking dick all about me. If you've organically fallen on this and linked it's me at work. Hey, but I'm not. It's not something that I talk about.
Right.
And when you're in your fucking 30s. Your friend group is extremely small. My friend group kind of does play games, but what we're kind of linked together with is D&D right now.
Right.
So it's what do I do with the games? Who do I talk to about the games?
Yeah.
And then even then inside that friend group of all 2 people who I talk to games about, y'all don't play the same games I do, so I have nobody to talk to about my games.
Right.
So this is the only justification that I have to make Brian play the games that I play, to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. No, I'm...
Otherwise, it'd be like an isolation chamber.
I get it, too. That's oh, Destiny, Barry, I know you don't give a fuck, bro,
I played Destiny.
Not Destiny, I'm sorry, Marathon.
Oh, okay. I was like, Marathon I don't care about.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
I get it. It is interesting. It changes things a little bit, but... Yeah. I think more so than any other thing, collect video games would be the one. It's weird because it's a communal experience too, right? You don't collect action figures hey, Barry, you want to pose the Spider-Man figure with me? It's a weird thing. Video games are, it's also an art. It is it's the only kind of art you sit there and experience it with other people and shit. Sure, you can watch a movie with somebody, but it's not the same, man. I don't know. Video games are special. So for me, I think I would still grab them, but
yeah, I'd still grab them.
Right. I'm not saying you want it
in my isolation echo chamber.
Right. Which is just different. It's I still love single player games more than multiplayer. It's not like I'm crying I need friends to play with, but
I don't play multiplayer games.
Yeah, it's such
We're very opposite.
Yeah, and I've cut back, honestly. I know it's more playing than collecting, but it's my playing goal this year is to not sit there and just grind battle passes. It's not fun. I actually want to have fun with my hobby,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're talking about collecting goals, the games that we buy, it also does include the games that we play.
Yeah.
Because I've said it at the beginning, we play our fucking games.
Right.
So I haven't touched a multiplayer game this year. I haven't touched a single one. Nope, not this year. Because I played Space Marine last year, but I also didn't play it as a multiplayer intention.
Right.
I was playing it in a single player experience and then doing the multiplayer content to, my brain is I'm playing the multiplayer content, but it's me and 2 bots. And it's a bot or it's a dude that drops in and plays too.
Right.
There's no community online experience. This is why we play Space Marine 2. I liked it, but I didn't play it as a multiplayer game. So I don't have do I have any multiplayer games installed? I don't even think so. Black Desert, maybe. But even then, I'm not playing that as a multiplayer game,
It's a very isolated MMO.
So I don't intend on playing any multiplayer games, with the exception if you ask me to be do you want to hop on whatever? I'd be yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But the squad has fallen, so there's no squad to be had anymore.
Nope.
So I'm focused on kind of playing those backlog games that I should have played.
Yeah.
Why didn't I play Star Wars Force Unleashed? It's played now.
It's been fun though.
Checked it off the list.
That was one of my goals for the podcast this year is to play more of my backlog, and I've been doing good on everything so far. It's almost a third of the way through the year, and even collecting wise, the most shit I've bought for the original Xbox. Good. I'm proud of myself.
My PlayStation 3 has been a fucking workhorse lately.
Yeah.
Workhorse.
Nice.
It's gonna. I'm so scared of that thing dying on me because backwards compatible PS3s are so fucking hard to find.
My God. And if you do find them, they're a fortune.
Yeah, and that's how I play my PS2 games. That's the only way I want to play it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
not having that option
scared.
sucks. Let me tell you.
So I'm putting a fucking fan next to it, like doing everything I possibly can, like dusting it constantly.
Right.
And be just like, please, please don't shit out on me.
Damn. Yeah, dude. It's weird because I didn't think this episode, I thought this would be like very smooth, like, oh yeah, this is what I'm after, but like it's kind of putting perspective on things, really. It's in a weird way.
I mean, that's really what happens with anything. It's like, what's your long-term, short-term goal?
Right.
Anytime anybody asks you, like, where do you see yourself in a year or 5 years, like, you really have to sit back and think about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you see your collecting goal in 1 year versus 5 years?
That's true. Yeah, I hope my original Xbox collection's done, because that's how long I've been talking about it. And yeah, I've made progress, but like this year I want to make major progress. I'm not going to finish it this year. I'm not dumb. But I do want to get, I can taste it. I'm so close this year, So that's my main, I think I'll have it done. And that's the thing, though. Once you climb that mountain and you reach that pinnacle, then what? I've never once thought about that. Because it's always seemed like because that's the thing, I collected everything, so everything was like, I'll never run into that problem. But now I'm at the point where it's like, well, one day you are going to run into that problem. I've never once thought about, what's next after that. Like, at least you can play games. If you couldn't play them, it would be like quite the conundrum,
Yeah, I think it's an interesting thought experiment where it's like, what do you do after you're done collecting everything? Because you can always say like, oh, there'll always be a new console to come out, but the reality of it is we're going to phase out of physical at some point. So like, yeah, sure. Like what would be the goal after I collect everything? But I also know that's going to take me for fucking ever. Yeah. So I don't even see an end in sight. Right. Because of the way that I consume purchasing, it's so slow. We have one trip a year where I get a mega haul, and like that's probably it comparatively. So, and
even I've slowed down. We talked about it already, but
it's the third month into the year, and I've bought all of 3 games.
Yeah, you haven't seen a video. We'll probably do it like quarters or something.
I was thinking about that too. Where I was like, we haven't done pickups video, but it's like I have nothing to show.
I have like one cool thing to show.
I'm also poor right now.
Yeah, dude.
I'm slowly saving my money in order to like, okay, we're gonna go
get something worthwhile.
We're gonna go somewhere, and I'm gonna be prepared.
Right. Which that's the thing. I still love the hunt. Like the collecting part that I do, I like the hunt.
We just have to go so far.
Yep.
It's finding the time to go so far.
It's not how it used to be. I'll put it like that. No. It used to be like every day, every time you went out was the hunt. The hunt it's like nature reserves, bro. It's like, yeah, we got all the buffalo on the fence. Have at it. Like,
yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
At that point, is it even hunting, man? Like, I don't know. It's the most philosophical episode we've ever had, bro. I'm completely sober, by the way. I haven't hit the doobie or anything.
Well, I think for this year, collecting goals, and I think I might have talked about it in the year in review where we were like, what are we going to do this year? Yeah. Gotcha Force on my list.
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation 1 on my list. I think PlayStation 1 is always on my list, but sure. I think I really want to like get those RPGs that I've just been like, I'm an RPG collector. It's like, all right, let's buckle down. Right. Okay, let's buckle down and get those. They're going to be a little bit expensive, but I mean, even if I'm looking at my wish list, like, I don't know if you have a wish list, Brian.
It's started.
You've started one?
Yeah, I didn't put the original Xbox stuff on here because I want a full collection, but there's a lot of, like, got a lot of Japanese stuff on here.
Like, okay, here's a great example. And I just pulled it up because maybe I was looking at this. Oh, I was looking at this because we should mention he got Egg. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, what's on my Dreamcast list? Because that was one of the consoles where I went through the entire library and I picked out what did I want from Dreamcast. I have 6 games on here. So it's like, you know what? I would love to fucking finally find Gundam Side Story this year. We found one last year and it was dookie.
Unfortunately.
So, like, there's stuff on here where I'm like, okay, maybe I should just pick a console and be like, that's the one I want to focus on. Right. So if I'm going to pick PlayStation, I've got 19 on here, and I do need to reassess if I want these. Because I have Castlevania Chronicles on here, and I need to reassess if I really want that. Because, once again, this is a list from 5 years ago. So I don't even know if I still give a shit about Parasite Eve.
I don't think you'd like Castlevania Chronicles.
So it might come off the list,
We'll do it for it. Is it worth it? And you're like, thank God I took this off my fucking list.
So that's kind of like, I'm looking at this list now and being like, I know, like, there's some on here. Like, Persona, absolutely fucking want that game, 100%. Tron Bonne, I don't know if I do. I think I need to look at Tronbon again just to see if it's something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Valkyrie Profile, absolutely want that one. Mm-hmm. Guilty Gear, absolutely want that one. So there's a couple on here where I'm like, do I really want Parasite Eve? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a good game, but it is kind of in that horror adjacent category that I don't really gravitate towards. So do I want it, you know?
Right.
So I think I may need to go through all of these one day. Just sit down, go through the libraries of these and say like, all right, that's on my list. I got 2 games on the Sega CD, Dungeon Explorer and Amazing Spider-Man.
Hell yeah.
Do I really want Amazing Spider-Man?
Spoiler, it's not great.
May have to reassess that one.
It's the best version of that game, but that's like saying, you know, when you get a solid turd instead of a fucking sticky turd. Yeah. It's a 1 wiper instead of a fucking 6.
Fucking the Wii. Fishing Resort is my number 1 game. Dude, I've been crying about Fishing Resort, and I'm just like...
After playing it, dude, and like just a little bit, I got footage for it for one of the episodes. I was like, man, we need to find another copy of this fucking thing, because it's so fucking fun, dude. Yeah, mine's a bunch of like... my wish list. I need to go through and actually put shit on here that's like I'm looking for. It's a lot of variants. It's a lot of like, hey, don't forget about this, you know?
Yeah, and maybe that should be like if we end up going to Southeast Game Exchange, I really want to go.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Maybe this is a good thing to have our wish lists
for sure
gone through and set before we go somewhere like that, where it's like, I don't want to sit here and be like, hey, do I really want this game? It's like, oh, it's on my wish list, I wanted it.
Here it is in person finally, instead of, you know, digging through a bunch of dirty bins.
It's like, if I'm looking at my wish list, it's like, hey, do I really want fucking Darkened Sky? I don't know.
Right.
You know, my GameCube list is so fucking small. Do I really want that game? I'm gonna find out. There's 4 games on here.
Yeah.
So
I've got 44 on my wish list currently. I will say though,
it's 44 games in general.
Yeah, but I mean, I clearly started this and forgot and moved on to something else or whatever.
I've been cut down to 266.
Damn. But yeah, there's a couple times when I've gone out and I've crossed something off the wish list, and that's so much more rewarding than just being like, oh, I'll pick this up. Especially when you are going for a complete collection. Yeah. Like, there's original Xbox games on here. There's not a lot. But, like, when you do have, like, this is one I've been after, fuck yeah, like, it's a good feeling. And that kind of makes the dopamine hit come back. Because, like...
going in here and being, like, pushing this down and hitting the 2 collection button, I'm like, yeah.
Dude, it's fucking nice. Yeah.
There's been a couple in here that I have looked at. Like, My World, My Way was one that I saw recently. Not recently, it was months ago.
Not familiar with it.
It's a DS Atlas game. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it looks like this. So I saw that at one of the places locally, and I was like, I don't really have $100 right now. And like, that's where I kind of want to not be. Where if I've stopped going to the game stores that I know are just fucking nothing constantly, and I've stopped just buying things just to buy them, and I start like siphoning that cash away, when I finally go somewhere and I see My World, My Way and it's $100, I can say I can buy it because I have that in my slush fund.
Yeah.
So I think that's like where I want to gravitate towards.
It's not bad.
Where I'm like, at any point in time, like I would like to have the availability to get that, because they rarely pop up.
Right.
You know, I don't want to have to be like, damn, it's $400 that I don't have. I want to slowly accumulate having that.
Right.
It's hard when gas is about to be $20.
It's so expensive just to live. This is kind of getting off on a tangent.
Yeah.
But like,
it really is.
2 income household, and it's still like, goddamn. Guess we're eating fucking eggs and fucking rice tonight.
Oh, 1 income household. Right. It's tough.
And with school and shit, man.
Yeah.
It's just for kids.
So I think that's why I've kind of reevaluated. I think that's why I've reevaluated other parts of my collection, where I'm like, I don't need this. I could like sell this for things that I really do want in the state of where I can't just swipe a debit card and have it available.
Right.
So
it ain't like it used to be where, you know, a cheap game was literally like $7.
No, it's not like it used to be where you could get Gotcha Force for $8.
Every retailer's got eBay now, and they go to, oh, this one sold for $800.
Fucking Goodwill?
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah.
I haven't stepped into Goodwill.
I
haven't stepped into Goodwill for, God, literally years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just not worth going to anymore.
Nope. These people on Reddit, they're like, oh, I found, you know, some ultra rare game, throw it up there. Yeah, okay, bud.
I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then there's some guys like, oh, I'm the regional manager. We post all of our games online. Like, okay, I'm sure you did, bud. It's nuts. I still love the hobby. I still love collecting. Like, I don't think it's ever going to change, you know?
Well, what's your goal this year then? Because I said what mine is.
Yeah, definitely dwindle down that original Xbox. I don't have an exact number in place because I don't want to like limit myself, but I want to start, especially the exclusives.
Well, I mean, do you know like how many you have left?
Of a rough estimate, because this filter on this app it keeps showing 3,000. I know there's not 3,000 original Xbox games.
Well, you're gonna have to go through the library then and just I think add them, because then when you go through the wish list, you can filter it by console, and then it'll only show you the console that you have added to the wish list.
Interesting.
So that's what I did. Is I just went through the encyclopedia. And I filtered by North America, and then I filtered by console, and I just went through and was like, because it has that little logo where you can see if it's in your collection. The little plus blue thing.
Yeah.
So you can go through and be like, oh, I have that, I have that, I have that. Oh, I don't have that one.
Interesting.
Or if it's like a dupe version of like Halo, and then Halo Platinum, and then Halo whatever. Like, you don't need to add that to the wish list if you don't necessarily need it.
It's true.
So that's kind of how I did it, where you can just long hold, and then it's a quick add to collection.
That's cool.
So
I'm gonna have to fuck with that.
So that's what I've done, where I'm like sitting in the vet's office or like sitting at the doctor's office. I'll just sit there and I'll just kind of flip through the thing and see if I need to add anything.
That's a good idea.
So, especially with small libraries, it's really quick. Especially if you're like, I couldn't give a shit about that whatever game.
I'm trying to look at like platinum hit variants and shit too. Like I have most of the top 10. So like I'm getting there, dude. It's just
but that's what I mean. Like if you go through and you add to your little thing, like, oh, I don't have Metal Dungeon.
Add it. Yeah.
And then if you're in a store and be like, fuck, which were the ones that I needed for my like collection that I don't have, I can't remember.
Right.
Boom, it's right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
Will I ever find Metal Dungeon? No.
It's impossible. We would.
My Xbox list is so fucking small, and like that was when like I still need a couple for original Xbox, and I just don't even go to the section anymore because I know it's full of dog shit.
Yep, it's literally the same games over and over and over.
I'd rather add a copy to my wish list or my watch list on eBay.
Might as well. You actually have a chance to grab it.
Oh, and I guess just to wrap it up, other goal for this year, getting rid of those cartridge onlys.
Yeah,
getting those boxes. And I started that last year.
I need to.
I really started going specifically for box only, manual only, adding them together to get my cartridge games in boxes.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was my last purchase of last year.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have bought this. Oops. The Breath of Fire. But I have a little stack of Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and then I was gonna say Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. That I'm like, I need to convert it.
Yeah. They're
expensive though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've got a bunch of stuff from like when I was a kid and I lost the fucking box and manual, or like it was early when I was collecting. I've got just like random cards that it's ugly, dude.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at my copy of Pokemon Emerald, and I'm like,
yeah, dude,
that one
might just stay a cart.
Do I really need? And I'm looking at it like, I had this as a kid. This was these are all of my Pokemon from a kid, and I remember the tote that they were in that I threw out.
See, that would be way harder because like my era, a little bit older. My era was like red, blue, yellow. It's like I have a blue in the box.
That's what I mean. I have those too. Like my first game was Pokemon Yellow.
Was that advanced? Whew, I feel sorry for y'all.
My first game was Yellow.
Nice.
And I'm fortunate enough to have a Yellow because I got it before that shit blew up. Like Yellow, and then I found a Pokemon Silver box for $10. And then I pulled the Pokemon Gold out of the trash can.
Nice.
At the game store I used to work at because they threw away all the boxes to save space.
That's crazy.
That's how long ago that shit was.
Right.
Where you were throwing away a Pokemon Gold, and I had to fish it out and then get wrote up for fishing in the trash. I'm not shitting you. I got written up for taking it home, and I said it was in the trash can. You guys are gonna throw it away, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just fucking wait till you throw the bag out and then dig it out of the dumpster. But whatever.
Dear God.
Well, that write-up was worth it.
It's totally worth it, yeah.
So, that's the collecting goals.
Yeah.
We'll see if we stick to them.
So far, so good. So I'm really trying. We'll see how it turns out. Year in review, I might be like, well, fucked up, guys.
I know, right? Obviously, buying the new games when I want them and only when I really want to play them. I'm pretty picky about new games, so...
This month's been fucking bullshit, but
March is always heavy on releases.
Yeah, man.
Always. Every year.
That's the thing. I want to play Marathon more, but it's like, I know Crimson Desert's coming out. So
every year, March has a game that I really, really want. So, What's your collecting goals? Let us know in the comments. Let us know on Discord. I've actually talked to some people about it. We've had some conversations in Discord, kind of, what's the word? Adjacent to this.
For sure.
Someone was like, I'm getting rid of all my Hot Wheels to like kind of fund some other things that I really want to do. So, you know, it's kind of like I'm curious about what you guys are doing with your collections and like what are you prioritizing right now. So let us know. I'm curious.
For sure. I love looking at other people's shit too. Never gets old.
Yep. Our next episode, is it worth it? Finally getting to do Drakengard.
Yes.
Drakengard for the PlayStation 2, the origins of Nier, which are Nier is the origins of Nier Automata, however you want to say it. Where you have to play the 5th ending, you have to play the game 5 times, then you have to play Nier 5 times to get the last ending that's the fucking whatever for Nier, you know, it's whatever. But we're finally going back to the Yoko Taro origin of the series.
That's one we both own. This is one I've always wanted to play, so.
Got this game for $10 back in the day.
I paid like $11 for it.
So we're going over Drakengard. Is it worth it? We'll find out. Next time on Collecti-Bros Podcast.
CBP.
Out!
Later.